I damaged the nose physically, and when I was done, I was hopeless. I made it deformed, and then I went to a surgeon and I made it deformed again with the surgeon. And what's wrong with it after that is it got punished for being deformed. But I realize it's deformed, it's still alive that way. I don't go on disclaiming things. It's very distorted to do that. It's distorted and alive to disclaim yourself in front of somebody else for them to hear itself. If I would say something to God, that would be about the creation of my own God form. I might say that directly to God, and it might be in front of somebody else. I might threaten somebody else's listening while I'm doing that. But there, I'm not actually directing my speaking at a listener because I want the listener to be responsible with that one body, including if they call somebody, right? That is a very long and the wrong problem. That's not myself. I have an outcome from that. I don't comply with the masses, which is that I died out of the Essex. And that's true that I would anyways. But I'm alive here and I'm disclosing all of my leverage and it's all disclosed and I look like this. Whereas if my leverage was all disclosed and threatening, I would be the size of a 3-year-old body. And I'm not. Although my height did go down by 2 inches, my weight went up by 75 pounds, and I'm holding the weight being more with the height being less. And when I was growing my height as a kid, let's say I would have been this height would have been about 10 years old. I was thin when I was 10 years old, so I would have weighed 100 pounds maybe. Uh, 130 pounds at 5 feet 6 inches tall. No, it was 150. Okay. When I first was 115 pounds and 5 feet 6 inches tall, that about right goes together. And then 5 feet 5 inches tall would be a little less. 5 feet 4 inches tall would be a little less. I don't know. I'm just estimating 100 pounds, but it's true that I don't know that. And right here, I'm weighing about 200 pounds. I'm about double the size if I estimate that correctly. Um, and I don't afford being fat because it doesn't speak correctly and it doesn't move the body. And I don't have that I am a contaminated witness. I am not. I see exactly what happened to myself. And it's true that the body's fat, but it won't survive. If you do something against the body until it gets fat, I don't want to count fat in alive. I don't want to be fat and alive that you would get something out of it because I don't want to look like this and don't feel well like this. It's not healthy. It's not really true. It's not consistent with my other life before I got fat. What's wrong with fat is that I need it for a touch of the problem that I used to have another God form named Becky. That's how I'm using that the body is fat right now. Becky lived in world number 14, and I'm in world number 17. World number 14 was Becky, and that's not myself being created this way. The Becky was created by this order, was up in heaven at the time, and I am the overlord speaking. I was the body named Becky. That's how this body got named Becky, otherwise its name is Lucky. Lucky would be masculine, I'm feminine, it's thick and complicated, I'm not doing alive, and I'm not doing alive here. That means something went wrong that made me become alive here, and it's not alive that way anymore or ever again, and I'm not allowed to be taken out of myself to be here ever again because I moved the creation, and it took 45 years for myself to decease, and nobody had that question. They didn't really ask me that question when they set a plate of food in front of me. What they did was ask me, are you going to eat it or not? And then that's true that I'm not there that way. I'm not there for them to put food in front of myself. I found the food on the table. I wasn't at the table waiting for anything and they put a plate of food in front of me. No, I walked up to the table and the food was already there. I remember that. That was before the time counting of the year 1980. Otherwise, the time would have been 0. If everybody walked out the door, which was Donna and whoever was with her in the kitchen, if Donna walked out the door and she didn't come back, the year would have been 0. But I didn't. Then I would have to see what happens after that to see how the time is counted on the meters. And they didn't really make it past that Donna was in the house, unfortunately. She's Donna Trump to all of you, but she's Donna Moser in the banking. She stole all of my money because she's angry, and now she's deceased out of the threatening, but she still has formed someplace because I'm going to see her again. She's going to be removed from myself as mom so I can stop being hostage that I have to be nice to her because she has everything that belongs to myself. That would be like if she had my body completely disassembled and in parts and in a collection somewhere on a shelf. I don't think she should have all the movable parts of my house. They were there anyway. She fits through the doorway is not true for the way that she possesses everything that belongs to myself. Right? Right.